Hi there, it's Nami, and today is February 3rd, Thursday, and it looks like it's going to be a nice day today. I'm looking outside the window, and it's nice and sunny in Palmdale, California. Not sure how cold it is outside, but from what I can see, it looks pretty nice, so I can't wait to get out there. What I wanted to basically do today is show you how I style my transitioning hair. I've been transitioning now, going into my 6th month of transitioning. I've been transitioning since last year in September, and I am working with 2 textures, my texturized hair, which is mildly relaxed, and my new growth. I have about 2.5 inches of new growth. So I would love to show you the style that I work with. Usually it's one particular style that works for me every time. No matter if my hair is tightly curled or loosely curled, this style just seems to work for me every time. So that's what I'll be showing you today. To freshen my hair up, well, first, my last wash was January 29th, which was last Saturday. So I am in between washes, and I have a wash coming up this weekend on Saturday. In between washes, normally what I do is I just roll my hair up, put it in a pineapple, put my cap on, and I go to bed. And that works out for me for quite a few days. So what I decided to do last night, though, to freshen up my style, is to rebraid and roll. So I used coconut oil, and that's the only thing that I put in my hair to moisturize it, to freshen it up. This is Spectrum Organic Coconut Oil. I bought this coconut oil from Albertsons. And I also used a little bit of Dr. Miracle's Temple and Nape Grow Balm on my edges. So I used a little bit of water to moisturize, just dampen my hands a little bit with each section. A little bit of water, put a little bit of coconut oil on each section, braided it up, and rolled, and put my cap on. I have about 8 braids in my hair, and that's usually all I need to get a full head of curly curls. So I want to mention the Dr. Miracle's Temple and Nape Grow Balm again, because this is a really good formula if you're having any issues with your edges. This formula keeps my edges very strong. It helped grow them in after getting months of weaves. So it worked really, really well for me. So if you're someone who's not too picky about using a little bit of mineral oil, because this product does have a little bit of mineral oil in it. If you're not too picky about that and you don't mind using a little bit of mineral oil, this is a really good medicated treatment to use to regrow your edges and the nape. So check it out, Dr. Miracle's Temple and Nape. Okay, so I've taken my rollers out, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the coconut oil. I'm just going to put a little bit of coconut oil on my fingertips as I take my hair down. So just a little bit of coconut oil, and I rub it in, and I take my hair down. Being, of course, kind of careful. I'm not really too concerned about frizz, to be honest with you. I actually like frizz for some reason. I kind of like messy hair, so I don't really mind frizz, but it is nice to be able to keep the curls intact. So I do like to be careful when I take my braids out to make sure that I don't mess up the curl pattern or pull on it or, you know, loosen it up too much. So it's pretty important for me to take it down pretty carefully. So I'm going to take the rest of my hair down. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've taken all of my braids out, and I'm going to get ready to style. What I'm going to do first is freshen up the edges of my hair, and I just use a little old toothbrush that I have. I always, you know, recycle these and use it for the ends of my hair. It works really well. So I'm just going to wet it just a little bit, and I'm going to use the Dr. Miracle's Temple and Nape Grow Balm, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on the end of my brush, on my brush with water, and just put it right along the edges, and then smooth it down. It smooths down really good. lots of water. Well, I don't want to put too much water, of course, because I don't want to disturb the curls too much, but I do need enough so that it will slick down nicely, and the Dr. Miracle's Temple and Nape Grow Balm just basically disappears with the water, so I don't have to worry about a lot of white residue left behind at all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist, well, before I twist the sides, I'm going to fluff my hair out a little bit, and basically the way that I do that is I just take my fingers, my hands, and I just pull outward like that. I don't usually go through and separate my curls too much unless I have, you know, some really big curls that I have to worry about. But I just get my fingers in there and I just pull out. I'm not worried about neatness or anything like that because it's going to get pulled up anyway, so that's not really too big of a deal for me. And make sure I get in there on the top. And then I just kind of fluff it out a bit. Make sure I get a little bit of length in the back. And this also gives me length too. If the curls are really tight, I can pull, and when I pull, the curls definitely loosen up for me. So pulling this way with my fingers works out really good. And I like to leave some defined curls in there. So like the bigger curls that you see, I'm going to leave those. I'm probably not going to separate them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of sections on the side and I'm just going to twist it. So let's see, make sure you can see that. Okay. And I don't need parts or anything. I'm not really too concerned about parting my hair. I just like to use my fingers only. For a couple of reasons. One, because I don't like my hair to be really, really, really neat. I don't know if that makes sense. I just don't like perfect hairstyles on me. And another reason is because I really don't want to use a comb. And I usually don't use combs during the week when I'm styling my hair. I always just use my fingers. That's one. I'm just going to do one more here on the side up. And I'm actually just rolling the hair. That's how I do my twist. I'm just rolling. Okay, that's two. And I like to do one from the back going upward just a little bit. So I'm going to take the back. See if I can get in there. I'm going to just roll that in there like that. And make sure that one stays down. So I have 3, 1, 2, 3 twists going up on the sides. And then I can kind of fluff that out like that, and I'll get to styling in just a moment. But see that? That works really nice. So I am going to do the other side, and then I'll come right back. Okay, so I finished the side. I have 1, 2, 3 twists going up on this side, and I have 1, 2, and 3 twists going up on this side. So I sort of have like the side updo kind of mohawk look there going on. And for the front, I basically like to wear the front back. So the way that it is now is fine. I can just blend it in just a little bit more and just poof it out just a little bit more so that it blends in nicely like that. I can also, if I wanted to, you know, I could put a bobby pin in there and then kind of do the push-up look. I do that sometimes, but I think today I'll just wear it loose like that. Okay. All right, well, you got a chance to see my signature style. This is how I wear my hair on most days. This is kind of how I start off my week. This is usually how I start my week off. And once I start my week off this way, within the next day or two, it gets a little bit more puffy and I can wear it big and do like a little fro with it. Or I can just pin it up in the back, keep it curly, pin it up in the back, and just do a little bun or wrap or something like that, and that looks really nice too. I didn't really lose a lot of hair at all, just a couple of strands this morning from using my fingers. I can only imagine that if I used a comb or a brush, I probably would have lost more hair, but I did really good, you know, with my fingers. So that's just a tip for you guys out there. If you're transitioning, it's really important to use your fingers and your hands as your main tool, your primary tool, because that line between the texturized or relaxed hair and the new growth is so very fragile, it's very easy to break. So your hands, fingers are the best tools that you can use. So I really enjoyed spending my morning with you guys, and I look forward to doing this again. And if you have any questions or comments for me, please feel free to put them down below in the comment section. I'll try to answer those questions. If you have personal message for me, recommendations, or anything of that nature, feel free to send me an email. I would love for you to visit my page. If you like what you see and you want to follow me on my 2-year transition, please subscribe. And feel free to visit my blog. I would love for you to do that. Visit my blog, nami.blogspot.com. So thank you so much once again, and I will see you all later.